Okay. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. So today is our first live stream of English discussion forum with Mahdina Forum. And here with you guys, and hopefully you're all excited because we're all excited. It's me, Izna Mahdina Waddah. Some of you know me as Dita, and I'm the director of MF Consulting and Mahdina Forum. And I'm happily joined with my sisters. Yes, please. You can go first, Famita.
So I'm Famita Wijayanti, and I'm so excited to be here because it's been really a long time. The last time we made a discussion, it's because of MF course. It was the last time I joined the discussion in English. Yeah, happy to be here.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Fidhalina Mahfizhah, and you probably also call me Fida. And I'm so excited to be here because, like Famita said, it's been a while since we do like an offline discussion like this, and it is streaming right now. And I hope that we can have fun discussion and excited discussion about the topic tonight.
And I'm Vara. And all of us said that it's been a while since we have English discussion because it is true. We used to have a lot of discussion session in English. And it is very exciting to have a discussion again now publicly. And you can watch and participate and chat us in the live chat and tell us what you think about the topic that we are discussing today.
And yeah, because this like the topic for today, ideas from Vara. So maybe you should introduce to us what are we going to talk about.
Okay, today we are going to discuss about, bear with us, this is quite a mouthful of title. The title is Finding Balance, Navigating the Social Media Storm Without Losing Yourself. So basically it's about how we can stay true to ourselves in the middle of digital era, in the middle of social media and content era, where we see and watch content every single day, new content every day, and we receive information, we receive news, and sometimes we can get carried away because we think that what we see in social media must be true. So let's discuss this today, and don't forget to chime in and tell us what you think about our topic today.
Yeah, and please like tell us what you think, and thank you for joining in. Some of you have joined in, and if you have any questions related to the topic that we're talking about, or share your opinions or share your thoughts, please do so in the comment sections, and then we're gonna read it out in the after we discuss a bit about the topic. So, social media storm, finding a balance. What kind of balance do you want? And we're talking about without losing ourselves. So I think, what does it mean? What constitutes a social media storm, according to you guys? Because I'm not an avid social media users. I use it, but I don't post that often. And like just before, we were talking about the terms like stories and Snapgram, and I'm really out of the loop. So which one is which? And then okay, so what is the social media storm?
Okay, maybe I can go first because I have a quite small social circle. I consider it a storm when everyone I know mention it, mention something, but they know this something from a certain social media or a certain account. For example, yeah, I saw it on Instagram. Yeah, I saw it on Reels. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok. Yeah, I saw it on this account. I consider that a storm. And when I open that social media, I only use Instagram. And when I open it, yeah, it is a storm of information that I receive, whether it's from the feed or from the reels. It's like when you open it, you receive this a lot of information, whether it's from the official accounts, whether it's from an individual who would like to share their thoughts and opinion. That's why I consider it a storm, because when we open the social media, we get a ton of information given to us, given to our eyes, and then being processed by our brains. And I think it's kind of overwhelming for me.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think it's also very interesting the term that storm, because we know that like Vara said, the information in social media is like a lot, and every second, every minute it's changed a lot. So I also feel like Vara feel that it's overwhelmed, and sometimes I get like an information that I shouldn't know, that I shouldn't need it. And also like even though I'm like following a certain accounts and certain like people, but I also got something beside that. So I think it's one of the storm things that we got from social media.
Yeah.
Uh, it is really about Twitter because I'm a Twitter user, and because it's always about writing something because it's hate. So basically, I read a lot of information. Like let's say it's something about news, but the news itself it's not real and it's not 100% true. Yeah, that's something that I consume a lot. Sometimes if you don't manage your information really well, it becomes something that become your mindset itself.
Yeah.
Actually, like several years ago, I used Twitter, and because it was really overwhelming, I stopped using it because every second you get new status update, you get new news. So I don't know which one is true anymore. So that's why I uninstalled the app, and then I think I've deleted my account. I don't know, I forgot. But yeah, because of the overwhelming situation inside the Twitter, I don't use it anymore. Yeah, it's very overwhelming.
Yeah. And I think each and every one of you has this definition of social media storm. So like share with us on the chat, on the comments, and also without losing yourself. I think this is quite interesting because making social media as a norm, it became a part of our life, right? It used to be a certain kind of lifestyle. So like people use it, people don't use it. So it's like it's an option. But nowadays it became the norm. It's not anymore. And I think underlining the word losing yourself. So I think with the social media itself, in the diverse types of social media. So there are like content sharing platforms. There are also like chat platforms that also allow us to share content, videos, status, etc. There are like the one that is focusing contents on writing, contents on videos, photos, and everything. So I think we thought that all of those aspects is ourselves, which is not, because it's still something outside of ourselves. But at the same time, how do we not lose ourselves? I think that's the question, right? And one of the danger of this is we actually became less aware and then less sensitive about ourselves. So if you ask me, so who is your true self? Like, I don't know. Do I need to know my true self? With all this information from psychological information from social media, it became like, that's okay. This like as teenagers or if we're younger, we don't have to actually define ourselves. But for me myself, I think in every phase of our life, we need a measure understanding, a certain kind of understanding about ourselves. So that's that, right? Okay, yeah. So anyone, any thoughts about how do you feel? Do you lose yourself in the social media storm and everything? Because I feel that social media changes me. For example, the way I interact with people and everything. I'm somewhat social, non-social person, private person, someone who is very into myself. But there's this like culture and the style that we have in my family, that we need to actually engage in social environment. So we like every week, every day, I make sure that I interact with people, which is not an obligations. If you go to school, you have the obligations to go to school.
Yeah.
It's not because you want to see, of course, you want to see your friends and everything, but if you have the choice, if you don't have to go to school, you prefer to stay home, right?
Yeah.
A lot of us happens, right? Okay. So, any kind of thoughts about the changes that we feel within yourself?
I think I have one about what Kagita said, that social media also changed our lifestyle and everything, because now I feel that everyone have to, like, every moment that we experience have to capture and photos, videos, and then, like, if we are going to a restaurant or having like a chit chat on a cafe, like, we have to take a picture first of the coffee, and then posting it to our social media so everyone know. I think that's really the one that I thought it was concerning, because why we have to share everything that we do in our life and make it everyone know about what we do.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the concern I see in my friends, and also me. Also, I sometimes do that in terms of, like, I don't want to be FOMO between my friends. I think that's
And the word FOMO itself is very popular because of social
Yeah.
media.
That's right.
You.
Um, I think the changes that happens to me is that I have a lot of desires because of social media. For example, when I see reels about beauty, reels about home decor, I try to copy them, try to duplicate them, decorate my house, beautify myself, and all of a sudden I feel like all my decision was controlled by the things that I see in reels. So when I see certain videos, I then quickly go to e-commerce app and then check out some things that I just saw in reels, and then at one point I tried to stop myself and then see whether the things that I bought were what is it? The things that I bought were because of I really actually need it and it actually benefits my life, or just because I was, getting carried away by the advertisement. Yeah, and there was a moment where I received a lot of packages in my house from from Shopee, and it was like skincare, moisturizer, and then what is it? Cleaning tools, and then organizing tools. Yeah, that's the kind of content that I consume in reels, and so right now every time I watch reels videos in Instagram, I try to question everything to avoid being carried away by the advertisement or by the the sales, what the influencer said. Uh, I try to question it and then do research on my own and try to ask other people like my sisters and my husband, how if I buy this, how if I buy that, yeah, something like that. Because um I feel like I was kind of out of control, like shopping this, shop this, shop that, buy this and buy that, and it's kind of scary actually at that time.
Yeah, it is. But I think you're saying that from the symptom itself. Like, so we're not talking about if you have this habit, hopefully this became something happened to you. What happened to Farah and maybe all of us. But I think the scariest thing, it like we're losing ourselves, like you said, is about the decision making itself.
Yeah.
Like we don't know whether the decision making is because we are intrigued, like 80% because we are intrigued, or 90% because we are intrigued by that advertisement, sales, those kind of things, or we still have at least like 50 or 60% the real that ourselves, like that have this consideration about benefits, function, have the wisdom, have the like consideration about our financial situation, about people around us, considering whether we use this money for buying things or we can put it into better use for donations, those kind of things and everything. Because it became harder and harder to really understand that whether okay, I'm making this decision or like that advertisement made the decision for us. So I think that's the point about the social media storm, like how to find a balance without losing ourselves. So I think identifying that you have the symptoms that you're not yourself. Although people can say like that's okay, like that's okay. People can be someone who likes to shop, okay. But basically it comes back to ourselves whether we want to acknowledge the symptoms that you felt that
Yeah.
I feel that I'm out of control. So I don't want myself to be this type or this version.
Wild, yeah.
Yeah, this wild version, wild shopping version of myself. And then you question them and then you make corrections. What about you guys? Any kind of like symptoms that you feel like if we continue to do this,
Yeah.
then we're losing ourselves because of social media store?
For me, mungkin maybe it's kind of like similar to Kida because before this, I always take picture for something that in my daily life, but I rarely post it on Instagram, but I did it like every day. And it's become a habit, so I kind of stopped it for some reason because I feel like it's um out of control, and I feel like it. Do you really need this? And I stop, and when I look to my gallery, it's all photo dump and like why did I take this? It was just like
That's like it's like 10 photos of one object.
yeah, and photos of sky.
Yeah, I mean like people finding something to be artful and everything, but I think one of the things of even I'm like I said, I'm not a a big user of social media, but I felt it when we even social media, not just social media like content sharing and everything, like messaging apps, like we normally use in Indonesia, because we have groups, right? It's a social media, social groups, like online social groups. And then like when we say we want to express ourselves to other people and we do it in the group instead of to the person itself. And I think whether we want it or not, our purpose changes, our intention changes. The first we want to sincerely congratulate that person, but if we post it on groups or in social media as a post or story or reels or anything else, it became something that we have to look good while congratulating. So like we pay more attention about how we want to package this using this kind of emoticon, using this kind of like pics and everything, and then making it more extraordinary than it is. So if I'm saying happy birthday, Famita, like hopefully you get everything you wanted in life to be more faithful, blah 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 blah, and everything. But if you post it on social media, it's going to be like my best friend, the bestest friend in the world, best friend forever. How would I do? How would my life be without you? It has to be like, I don't mean that everything that people post in social media is not sincere, but I think the decisions or the way we express it is like a few or half of it, or maybe a big chunk of it became more about showing how close we are as a friend, how nice I am as a friend, how like so people were saying, "Oh, she's so nice." Like I wish I had friends like her. So and it like made me more aware about And then I make a few restrictions for myself. So like for this kind of thing, I'm doing it in groups for coordination and everything. But for personal things, I'm gonna do it in person or in or direct messages. Those kind of. Does this happen to you guys?
Yeah, I think I also experienced that because actually I didn't realize the essence of the message is changed because I think it's what the perspective is like when we post something about like happy birthday or something like it's cute, it means that you are what happy for me like that. But I think yeah, I think the essence are changed because now it's only about like posting anything, and then I have this friend that she we are not we are friends since a long ago, but we are not like meeting offline for like 10 years. But she has congratulated me when I'm posting my birthday or anything. Like I think it's kind now I'm thinking it again. It's not really it's weird and it's not that what it's not
We're not that close.
yeah, we're not that close. And then suddenly like 10 years after she's sending me like happy birthday. I think yeah, the essence like it's changed between like sincerely like congratulate people into like posting about their achievement.
Okay, so before we go on, so this is our first live stream, so we're still learning a lot. So bear with us with all of these background noises and everything. So hopefully you can hear our voices clearly, and please chime in if you have any thoughts and ideas. And I want to also remind you we're using Zoom apps right now because we're open for any one of you to join us in our discussion. So if you're interested to exercise your English or share your opinions, because like discussion is it's a fun thing. Believe me, it's like
Yeah.
an intellectual recreation. So if you like this kind of things, you can join us in our discussion as an active speaker. Just send us DM in our Instagram at Mahdina, and then we'll get back to you. We'll probably add in around 3 people or so. Or if you want to share your opinions in the second session that we will have, or put in questions in the comments and everything, please do so. So we're open for everyone to exercise their English, share opinions, or share your experiences about the topic that we're talking about, right? Yeah. And also, I think coming back to the topic, continuing what you just said about the way we congratulate people, and then how I think it's one of the good things is like I come into contact with friends that I've never been contact to, and then some of us also create this business collaboration or cooperation. I have several clients from that, but I think it also challenges the level of sincerity when we're doing something.
Yeah.
So it's not just like birthday wishes. I felt it also like in groups. We know sometimes when some the parents of our friends passed away, but like in your case, we're not that close to that friend. But we also want to send like this condolences. But I think for me myself, sometimes the quality of the level of sincerity is not the right. I mean, I don't want to be that person who only share condolences for the sake of sharing condolences. So like sometimes when we get the news and then we check our phone and then like his parents passed away, and then like in the middle of chatting with you guys, like I sent in a text like uh a huge heartfelt condolences for your loss and everything. Hopefully everything blah 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 everything. The wording and everything is nice. It's nothing wrong with it. But after that, I put down my phone and then I continue my actions. Like nothing happened at all. So it's like, oh, is this my true self or am I like that? Okay,
Actually, we have one question from the live chat.
okay.
It's from Salman Hakim. He asks, how do we find a good balance between using social media and staying true to yourself without it becoming too stressful or confusing?
Good question.
Yeah, good question. So we can break this down into several steps.
Yeah.
So this
It's the things that we're talking up until now becoming too stressful and confusing. Probably.
I think for me, Kak, so that we don't lose ourselves. I think I'm gonna have to go back to the things that I said before about questioning everything and do research. I think that's really helpful for me because you should question everything that you see on social media because you don't know who actually make that content. You don't know whether that content is true. You don't know whether there are other sides of the story. So I think you should question everything and then do research in order to be able to keep your own principle so that you're not easily swayed or impacted by the news or the content that you watch. And the other thing is to try to detox yourself from the social media. Yeah, like maybe you can fun. Maybe you can try to stop using. I don't know what social media you use, but try to stop using it for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then see what happens to yourself after you stop using it at all. I think it's going to have a lot of differences when you use it every day and then you stop it for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I think you can see the difference. Maybe you can be more calm, maybe you can be more centered, more mindful of what the things that you do, and maybe you can we can try to decide things without being influenced by the content that we see.
And it's becoming more confusing and stressful.
Yeah.
Hearing us talking about it. No, but I think we need to put in the works. I mean, we cannot just like you said, we need to like if we want to keep our true self, then we need to do the process. We cannot just like I don't want to do anything, but I want to be true to myself. So that's not the case because of a lot of challenges. So it's not gonna be stressful or confusing like Farah said. You can do those kind of things, detoxing and then understanding about yourself. It doesn't have to be in a confusing way, but like doing step by step. Like for example, if social media introduces you, if we're learning English, like the most common languages that we come upon in social media or movies or series, it's going to be a very common language that use profanities. So like we can like define ourselves. So I'm gonna be the person who are not using profanities. It's because those are negative words, bad words. So as simple as that. So every time we see things in social media that is undermining other people and then using harsh words, like bordering to bullying and everything. So we're not going to be attracted to this content. So we're not going to be supportive of those kind of contents. And also like the things that are shared by our friends, if they are degrading other people, like putting other people to shame and everything, then we can like, okay, my true self is the one who doesn't want to use those kind of person. I think it's a step by step like that. It doesn't have to be you define your whole self, your true ideal self at this one moment, but based on your experience, like Farah said, based on our insight, but based on our knowledge, we can define like little by little what kind of person or our true self that we right? What about so we have different backgrounds for me and Farah. We're like we've done works, we do a lot of things, and we are also trainers in MF consulting, and for Fida and Famita, also has experience, a lot of experience in English, and still a college student. So
Yeah.
we have different point of views, right? Here, okay. What about you guys? What can we do to find this balance without being too stressful or confusing? So it's like practical things that we can do.
I think the very first thing that we should know and we should do is asking ourselves, or like Kavara said, like questioning everything that we do and questioning ourselves, like, is it really benefits us, like Kavara experience, and also is it really needed? Is it really something that useful for me? Is it really me? Because a lot of social medias define something, and then it becomes ourselves. Like in TikTok, there are a lot of content that shares about psychological matters. Like if you do this and do this, then you are uh, giving a statement as a psychological disease, something like that. And then the person that read that, they define themselves as the person that have that kind of psychological disease. So maybe questioning something that and asking yourself, is it really me, or is it really something that really define myself? This is really an important thing. So it's not confusing or stressful, because it's something that because you are yourself, that know yourself better than anyone else. So of course it's not confusing as like you thought, because it's something that matters as
Yeah,
for
it
you.
matters.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's
what
ourselves.
is
Yeah.
what is ourselves? Okay, what about you, Fid? Do you have any?
I think I have actually I want to share one of the symptoms that Kavra also experienced, that I don't know, when I'm open my phone, like my finger automatically open Instagram or YouTube without knowing what I want to see, without knowing what I want to watch.
Yeah.
So I think that's also one of my concern, because like okay, now first I'm trying to like watch YouTube like for 2 hours, but sometimes when we choose the video or the YouTube videos that we want to watch, and then we scroll down and then like, oh, it's more interesting, and then like click, and then 3 hours, 4 hours, it's repeated like until 8 hours. It's out of control. So yeah, I think that's my symptoms. But yeah, it's a lot of information and a lot of distraction from there. So what I did is, like, in our devices there's a screen limit that we can apply. So it's very helpful to like having that kind of control to like limit our YouTube or Instagram, or I think like Netflix, who for those who like watching movies. Yeah, I think that's one of the practical action that I did, and I think it works, because if I set the limit for like YouTube for 4 hours, I'm thinking about what things that I want to watch. So it's not like I'm following the algorithm, but I watch what I want, and I don't watch that I didn't need for that time.
Yeah. So you're exercising like the decision making.
Yeah, that's right.
Because this decision making on yourself, not based on the algorithm. Yeah. Those are the tips from us. And I think understanding about the benefit of social media for us, because like the start of using social media is because everyone is using it, right? It's not because so basically for internet that also happens, but when we work, we do new projects and everything, and it's related to our topic next week. When we want to learn stuff, we don't have to go to courses and everything, but we can like actually self taught or do a self learning to do that. So it became beneficial and it has a purpose. But now I think the social media storm is like we're losing our purpose. So why do you use social media? So a lot of us say because I want to connect with my friends and everything. Okay, so define yourself and uh, do the social media activities that actually connects you to your friends. So it's not just posting. I want to post these pictures because I want to share with my friends like good places to eat and everything because I have like a lot of foodies friends, for example. But when the time comes when you have the opportunity to create the relationship, the real relationship with these people, you have this reluctance to actually do that. Like, I have to answer all of these text messages because I share this and a lot of people ask questions and everything. So you need to do the follow through of your purpose. But if like Vida said, like it became very automatic without any kind of purpose, I think you lose that balance. So I think one of our tips from us is create the purpose of using social media. So if you're learning new things, you're learning video editing, graphic design, those kind of things, that you will search the contents related to that. If you want to know more about yourself, that you're looking for context that is related to what's psychology, neuroscience, things, and it's related to what we're the purpose of using it. So it became more specific, more focused, and less wasteful. Because now if we don't have any purposes that we can like spend like an hour or so, like we just said, even in the early days, it's going to be like 4 hours, 6 hours, and then continuing to do so without, and we don't even, of course, we remember like funny reels and everything, of course, like cats videos, but that's it. Then what's the benefit? I think it's the tip from me. Anything else? Yeah, this is a good question. And this is actually why we create this topic about finding the balance, because but still it's a process. So everyone needs to make that decision how much effort that we want to put in to keep that balance, to keep our true self. So decision is yours. If you want your true self, then you need to have a better understanding about how to use it. Okay. Anything else? Actually, there's a lot of like social media issues that we can brought up, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. What else? What else? Like I said, I'm not a big social media user, so
I think for the social media issues, I got this one issue that I think it's come after pandemic. That is when pandemic hit, we are like all offline activities, and this word viral really, I don't know, it's really influences nowadays kind of lifestyle and also our activities, because sometimes in my environment also they really believe, and they really attach with that kind term of viral and viral content, and they really believe it's true, and they really believe like it's the thing that we are supposed to wear to. I think that's
yeah, and have the urgency to know
Yeah.
everything about the things that
right.
is viral. Cannot lose sight about what is
Not being FOMO of that.
Yeah.
viral things.
It became super important. And I think the way we everything, it became very shallow because of the fast pace. And if you use social media for several years, it's been around, I think the type of content like gradually changed. In the old days, it's not old enough, but like back then, the content can be less fast. It's like if you watch a video, it can be like an hour or 2 hours. If it's content about education and everything, or it can be like even 45 minutes. now the content, the 20-minute content can have a way more information than the one in the 1 hour. It's because like they speak faster, we speak faster, like oh maybe I'm a fast speaker. Speak faster, and then like the video graphic of everything became
Yeah.
so fast.
She,
Yeah, very flashy, and then the use of colors and then lights and then flash.
the back sound.
Yeah, the back sound and everything. It like immerse us with that content experience, and then
Yeah.
like 20 seconds felt like 2 minutes, like because it's everything there.
Yeah.
Like dance challenges, something, and then like from dance challenges, then like the cooking tips, and then it changes. It can be the same type of reels, but for me, because I don't have specific contents that I search for, so it's very diverse.
Oh.
Yeah. So from dance challenge, like a football player doing something, something, and then I don't know what's the
That's
specifics.
actually the Instagram trying to find out what you like,
Yeah.
and then later on they will show you really like it.
Yeah.
So you will keep staring at your screen.
Yeah. And then because there's so many things that we want to know about, we became very shallow about understanding the content itself.
Yeah.
So we don't have an in-depth. I think it started in my generation. I don't know, maybe just me. Like the lack of understanding of history, the lack understanding about what is going on in this country, the country that we're living in. The name of the ministers. Like when I was in in elementary school, like we have to memorize, but because there are a lot of changes of the cabinets, and then we forgot, and then it changes again. What is it? It was that. Now it changes again. Okay. I think those kind of things, like people, what is happening and everything. Okay, and then we have another question.
Oh, it's a long one. I think.
Yeah. So that is also the danger of social media. We became very shallow in understanding something. Also understanding about ourselves. Like everyone said here, like we're trying to find this awareness that I feel that I'm not good enough in something. I feel that I'm not sensitive enough in something. I feel that I can do better and everything, but because of the fast pace, okay, we'll get there someday. Okay, let's just move on to the next activities. Like move on. I don't have time to think about this. I have to do this, to do that. I have to watch another video in the social media and responding to my friends about the things that we find cute, we find awesome, cool things that we want to share and everything. So it's like very shallow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our audience here who just sent live
Thank you.
yeah, Ashifador Aisha. She's I think she has a profession in social media. So I think she knows how exhausting it is to keep up with social media, because she said that the sheer volume of information I encounter on a daily basis becomes overwhelming. Yeah. I think it's not overwhelming for the audience, but also for the creator as well,
Yeah.
because if it is fast for us, the audience, it is faster for the creator, the content creator. They have to create new contents every day. They have to, you know, come up with something new every day. And perhaps during the research, they can be the one who has deeper understanding about certain topics. But us, as the audience, we just like Anita said, we will have like shallow understanding about things.
Yeah.
Just like several months ago when the movie Oppenheimer was out, I think everyone was a master in Oppenheimer history, but they learn it from Instagram Reels. They learn it from TikTok. They don't read it. They don't read.
It's from different sources.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah, like so for like 1 minute reels, they watch the history of Oppenheimer, and then okay, I know everything about Oppenheimer, and then they watch the movie, and I think that happens to a lot of things as well, to like medication, to health, to beauty.
Everyone is doctors.
Yeah, everyone is doctors. And when we ask, how do you know? Oh, yeah, I was doing this. I watched it from this account and that account. Oh, that makes you a master.
Yeah. I think this is tips from Sasa to talk on questions. So her tips is I find it crucial to take periodic breaks from social media.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's better if it's in a day, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you take breaks from social media, and then she said personally I find weekends to be an effective time to disconnect, allowing me to be fully present without being. Yeah, good tip, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like put your phone away like for a day or two, and then you get refreshed, right?
And Hironisa is agreeing with the idea.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not a big social media user, but for my work, I have to interact with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And this happens to me. This is like, I don't know, maybe
That's
this is a
because
karma sign.
you use your phone all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how about me? I think I use my phone more often than you.
Yeah, but because like for work, like we're starting a new project right now, right?
Uh-huh.
So instead of when I go around, I put on my notes and everything in my phone. So it's not just answering text, but I put on like a bunch of notes, like several pages of notes, and then I do this in my phone. So it's not just social media, so I'm not scrolling, but I do this. So this happens to me. So
But
it
that's
hurts.
from
It
working,
hurts.
not
It
from
hurts.
just mere
Yeah,
scrolling.
but I mean after
Yeah.
that, yeah. But also I think disconnecting, like finally what I did, like I periodically and I go back to manual.
Really? Oh, so
I
you
write
write.
things. Yeah. I write things. Although I have my tablets, I also write things here.
Uh-huh.
But like I also write it down in actual paper. And it refreshes me, give me more ideas than when I'm just like, because if we're using like laptops or computer, we have this kind of template and everything, right? But when we're writing, if we mess things up, like we make this connection between this, and then I want to put this in the middle. So if we use a computer, we can just like spread it out and then
Control
put that
Z.
in the middle, that in the middle. But if it's manual, if it's in writing, then we have to like
erase
do it again. Yeah. So it's like it's refreshing in a way, but
exhausting in a way also.
But actually, for me, I agree with Amrita because I like writing. So it's like typing something. It's different when you write something.
Yeah.
When you type something, your hand becomes like, like hacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I write, it's become like they are exercising. Yeah. So it's not hacking, but it's just like tired, but it's fun.
Yeah. So doing alternative activities that is not using gadgets, that you're like doing exercises, like for us we do what is that? That's big. Hopefully
No social media stuff, but then social media stuff as well.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. In a couple of days, probably. A lot of things that is very cultural became viral.
Yeah.
Because of like the unique. So maybe there's also tips, take periodic breaks, and then also like do alternative activities that is not solely using your gadgets or seeing on social media. Look around, appreciate nature, appreciate yourself, clean your room, organize your things.
Yeah.
Yeah, fix your schedules. There's a lot of things that we can do that is not stressful if you don't think it's stressful, and it's not confusing if you don't confuse yourself. So it's thank you, Kasasa, for the tips. Yeah, this is fun.
It's almost an hour that we talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we started kind of late.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about time we need to finish. I know we go around and around about things. Maybe we can sum up a bit about the things that we talk about. And then we're gonna go through the tips that are being given one by one. Okay. So first off, we talk about what constitute with our true self and social media storm. Everyone has said this. If you're not watching, you can go back to the minutes that we're talking about that. So the bombardment of informations and contents, media that contributes to making us seriously create or make decisions solely because of that instead of ourselves. So the inability to do decision making or being taken away, our independency of decision making are being taken away by advertisement content stimulation from social media contents. uh, we define that as losing ourselves because of the storm of social media. And to understand about our true self doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be defining ourselves as this perfect creature, but we can do step by steps. If you want to know about the example, you can go back to the discussion, watch it again. Uh, it's a fun discussion with a lot of background noises. Hopefully, we're gonna fix it next week. And we also have several tips for and thank you so much for the participation from Salma, Ashifa, and then Bang Eddie, and also Hairunisa, um, for our first ever live stream. Yay! So Salman is asking how to find that balance without being too stressful and confusing. Hafara said that we need to keep questioning ourselves when we make decisions or we have a certain kind of symptoms that is quite questionable, like addicted to shopping and everything, and then continue to question ourselves to get ourselves better. From me, is about, so we have to put in the words. So don't think first about it's going to be stressful, it's going to be confusing to find this balance, but take it one step at a time and make it an important thing to know that yourself matters. So we need to keep our self. And from Famita is
The one that keep asking yourself, is it really define
Yeah.
yourself?
and from Fida,
The practical is you can set the screen limit on your devices.
that's a very technical tips from Fida. And also from Sasa is that take periodic breaks from social media. And one more for me is like alternate your activities with other activities that is not using gadgets or social media for your physical and mental health.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A. Okay, so I think that's it for our discussion. So we're still adjusting to a lot of things. So thank you for being very understanding and joining us on our first live stream. And for those of you who are not watching right now, you can watch it on. We're gonna be the video is going to be in Mahdina Forum channel. And for those of you who want to join us actively or maybe send in questions and then read your questions, share your opinions next week, you can join us in Zoom.
Yeah.
We will send you the link, but first you need to text each one of us, any one of us. So if you know Famita, you can ask Famita, I want to join your channel. Okay, if you know Vida,
Or DM us.
Yeah.
From at my
at Mahdina Forum in Instagram. Or put comments here.
yeah.
It can be also, I want to join in. And then we're so happy a lot more people is here. And we want to thank our team. There's Sofa, Ferry, and Holil behind the scene with all the trial and errors that we're doing right now. It's fun. So if you want to be a part of this funness, so we'll see you next week with the topic of we're gonna give the whole definition in our socials, but we're gonna be talking about self-learning activities. Like we're gonna share our self-learning because this idea comes from Hamita. Why, Famita? Can you give a bit of background about this?
It's because I learned crocheting. So, and I do it every day. So, and my friend keep asking me, where you learn this? And I was like, from YouTube. And they was like, really? You can learn it without anyone else taught you this? And like, you just watch YouTube for making this bag. That time I made a bag like sling bag, and I was like, yeah, I watched it from YouTube, and I was like, they're wondering how. So that's why this
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Bring your bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just
It's okay.
It's a process.
Okay.
You do it, and you can also share experience like the success and failure stories.
I have a lot of failures. I can share. Yeah.
Unfinished stuff
Yeah.
learning about something, like we're learning something, but Fida has proven learning Korean, right? Because for of us, like English is self-taught, but in a way it became a habit through
Yeah.
mass media. Back then, it's not social media, but mass media from movies, series, those kind of things. We watch the things that we watch on TV and readings and everything. Yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting, and hopefully each our viewers can also share their experiences about learning, whether it's success or failure. It's gonna be okay. Anything else? Anything to add?
I think that's it for me.
Okay, so had a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
So sorry for being very egotistic, but we're having fun. We're having fun, and we want to spread this joy and happiness of having an English discussion. And we want to invite those of you who has experienced English discussion with us. 'Cause, yeah, hopefully we can make that activities again, and maybe we can make a conference, or we can make an offline meeting to have this discussion and everything. Who knows? Yay. So our discussion is going to be every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Western Indonesian time.
Yeah.
And what is the European time?
Central Europe.
1:30.
1:30.
1:30.
Yeah, 1:30 for Central European.
Central Europe.
Yeah, Central European time. So hopefully my friends from Germany and other countries can join in also in this discussion. And that's it. Thank you so much for your attention. See you next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.